Modern Warfare 2 has many options for unlocks, and there's a good variety of assault rifles. You can unlock weapons and camos by completing challenges and get a mastery such as gold. Well, when I was unlocking my ARs, I got to 7 of them. In the 8th one, the mastery was the M16. And not to say that I'm terrible with the burst shot, but yeah, I'm kind of terrible with the burst shot. I could get the mastery on the M16, however, it would take much longer than I would with a full auto. So now, having the new edition of Warzone 2.0 and the DMZ beta, we get multiple ways to get around the horrendous grind of unlocking weapons and attachments just, in Modern Warfare 2. One of which is the M13B AR. Now, to put this simply, to unlock the M13B, you just need to kill the Chemist and loot the M13B and extract it. So if that's all you really need to know, I guess this video is pretty much over for you. However, if you're having troubles with getting this done, maybe stick around and we can go through some of the preparations you can do to make this a little bit easier. Now, before we start, only a small percentage of my viewers are actually subscribed to the channel. If you'd like to support the channel and get more videos like this, please take a moment and subscribe. It is possible to solo the Chemist, but it would be highly difficult, and I'm pretty sure I could not have done this without my team. So if you have a group of friends or get into a group that wants to tackle this objective, it's going to be your best option. However, I have a few ideas on how to do this solo, so keep an eye out for a new video. If I get to it and I actually get this soloed, I will share that tip. The main issue is that only one person can extract a weapon at one time. And if you'd like to get it for everyone, you'll either need to run multiple times, or you can kind of do a workaround and get back in with M13B as your insured weapon. And then you would have to drop it and give it to one of your teammates, and then they'll have to extract it, right away. You wouldn't have to actually go back to the Chemist, but you'd actually, they'd actually have that weapon unlocked for them. It's kind of a workaround and a cheat if you ask me, as I do find it more fun to take on the boss and, get the weapon for yourself. But keep in mind, there seems to be a custom blueprint that's on the M13B when you loot it, and I don't think that blueprint will actually transfer over. If you have the bug that I do and you can't add blueprinted weapons to your loadout, the one that I picked up says health hazard on it, but you cannot actually get it equipped in DMZ or any other mode. And I think that's until they actually fix this bug. Now for the preparations you and your team will want to do, first keep in mind that right now the game is new. Many people are trying to get to the Chemist and loot the weapon. If any other team gets there first and gets it, you'll have to try it again, as it'll only pop up once per match. Now at the start, you'll see on the TAC map that there is a radiation zone, and in the middle of that zone will be the Chemist. Now on your way there, you'll need to find radiation pills and stock up on gas masks. The pills can be found in medical supply boxes in bathrooms, kitchens, and random locations around the map. Gas masks, however, they can be bought directly from the shop or in random loot chests, and even on AI players. When in the radiation zone, almost all AI players will have gas masks on them, but it's best to get them before you get into the zone. Now, once your team is stocked up, armored up, and pretty much ready to vacation in Chernobyl, get to the radiation zone and survey the perimeter first. From here, you can kind of get an idea of where the AI backup is, and you can plan a way to actually get in. Having a recon drone is useful here, but unfortunately, the Chemist and his bodyguards won't spawn until you actually enter the zone and start getting close to him. Now, before you enter, chow down on some rad pills, and each of you should spread out a little just to comb the area. You want to try to stay a little close in this area, as the AIs can become overwhelming, and I have to say that the AI players are dumb and they are slow, but you will be outnumbered, which makes them still quite dangerous. Now, once you are near the Chemist, he will spawn with 3 or 4 heavily armed guards, and you will get a message that says Chemist is nearby. You can identify him by the bright yellow hazmat suit, and taking him down can be a task. Try to down him as quickly as possible, because soon as you start fighting, backup will come from pretty much all directions. Once he is down, one of you just needs to loot the M13B and get out of there ASAP. After you extract it, it will show that a new weapon is unlocked, and now you'll be able to use the M13B in pretty much any mode. Except for the blueprint, like I was saying, it doesn't show up in anything. Even if I go into DMZ, it will show that there's an armory there and that there is a blueprint, but you can't actually select it. The first time getting the M13B was much easier than the second time. The first time through, we went ahead and just ran in, grabbed them, and ran out of there as quickly as possible. But on the second time, we figured we had time to get them down, but we quickly learned that you get overwhelmed by the AI pretty fast. So it's best to try to, get your shots off and get him down as fast as possible. Now, I hope this helps you getting the M13B, and like I said, if I do find a way to get him solo, I will do another video on how it's done. As far as the M13B itself and how I like it, I'm not totally sold on it yet. It is a decent AR, and it does have a little bit of power behind it, mostly because of the speed that it has. However, I think the most thing that this thing is good for is the range. It has power at a very long distance, which makes it very good in Warzone 2.0 and in DMZ. So if you're wanting this weapon, it's mostly going to be more of a longer range weapon. In multiplayer, in shorter maps, it doesn't seem to be the best for me. It may be for you, but as I was testing it out in the firing range, I really didn't see much more power out of this one than any other one. I only seen the power when it went for longer distance. Now, to end this out, I do want to share the build that I've been using with this, and I've gotten this kind of from other people online and other, best loadouts. So it's still a work in progress, and I just got this leveled up to max and just been kind of working with it. So with the optic, we're going with the Corona Mini Pro tuned with full ADS, and I keep my eye position in the middle. The VLK laser 7 milliwatt, and that one I'm not tuning because you can't tune it. And then with the muzzle, we're going with the FTAC Castle Comp, and that one we're tuning it for gun kick. And then the underbarrel FFS shark fin 90. So that one I haven't been tuning. I've seen a few places that you have tuned it, and it seems like just in the center is just fine. And then the stock, we're doing the Bruin Flash V4 stock, and there's no tuning on that. So those are just kind of the simple build that I'm using right now. So, take it as you wish. I'll probably do a more in-depth one on some of these later on. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching this video today. Make sure you hit that like button, definitely subscribe if you're new to the channel. You all take care and happy gaming.